Hi all, this is marketing legend Srinidhi Ranganathan and we have here Sharanya Srinidhi
Yeah, guys, hi.
and pretty much this is going to be the course of the year itself, right? So this is complete automation and artificial intelligence for HRs, right? So we are going to see new and new technologies here in this course, which deals with automation and HR software, HR systems, HR
Yes,
processes, how you can automate that.
you're right. A complete HR package.
Exactly, and even Sai Manoj would come in say the videos where he would explain about the theoretical aspects of this entire concept, and he would also have a step-by-step guide for HR automation processes. I meanwhile would explain about the practical aspects, the practical tools part. Okay, how it work. Okay, so typically we start out with digitalhumans.com, which is digital
Humans.com.
com.
So, this is a virtual human, like a person,
Okay, exactly. So digital
like
human,
a chatbot. Okay?
exactly. So digital humans are AI powered brand ambassadors that
Brand
can
ambassadors.
that
Okay.
can recreate the best aspects of human interaction to drive deeper emotional connections with customers.
Customers.
Digital humans, to the digital world, they bring meaningful, amazing conversations and connections, right? So they create a great impression. So suppose you have a company and you want a brand ambassador to represent for your company, it can be a digital human. So we have entered the digital world altogether. We are having 3D humans out here who will power your workforce, at the same time play great roles in the workforce by augmenting work done by the human colleagues, solving problems with intelligent automation, right guys?
Yeah, super.
And this digitalhumans.com will help you to
Build your own digital human or virtual human to you.
exactly AI
Or
powered.
virtual brand ambassador also.
Oh, that also is pretty good. So AI powered digital human or brand ambassadors are here. So how will it work? How will
They are all look like a real human beings.
exactly very realistic customer assistant and sales for your financial advisors, whatever you want, or a healthcare course, or for a HR industry, or for a digital influencer, digital barista, whoever you want, you can rule the world with digitalhumans.com. So I've logged in here, guys. Okay, so the first thing we got to do is to create a face for your digital human. So
First,
let me create a face.
Face of our brand ambassador or digital human face. First.
Exactly. So which one should we pick, Sharanya? This
First row and second one.
one. This one.
First row, second one.
This also is looking very professional, right? This one is good. Okay, let's pick that. Click on next
Next.
and select a background, Saranya.
Which background you want?
I think office backgrounds are pretty good, right, Saranya?
Yeah, right.
And office
First three
backgrounds.
only.
This
look
is
like
very good, no? Second or third? Choose one fast.
Third one.
Third one. Very good, Saranya. You're a genius. Next, give your persona a name. What name you
Okay.
want to give? Era robot.
Okay, Era.
Era robot. Okay, fine. Okay. Era virtual human. Okay.
Era.
Era 1.0. Or whatever. What do you want? So Era 1.0.
Okay.
Okay, Era 1.0. Oh, we can't put a number, I think. So Era Robo. Okay, fine. You want to mention it as virtual human, or you want to mention it as robot? What do you think?
No, just call the Era.
Era,
She's
okay.
look like a human being
Realistic
only.
human. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Okay, next.
Next.
Select a language and voice for Era.
Okay.
So you can choose Australia, English, New Zealand, United Kingdom, United States. I'll give United States. These are the 4 options.
Okay.
So I'll
United
give
States.
United States. Okay, guys.
Okay.
You can even give Australia. Let's try with Australia. Okay.
Okay. Just try.
Okay.
Australia.
What accent and
Choose
voice?
a voice. Which type of voice?
An accent.
Yeah, right.
You like to Era to speak in. So you can look at the different kinds of accent it is. So the best is Amazon HD, right? So 3HD. Okay, 3HD is fine. Pretty cool accent is Amazon 3HD. I'll start. So let's get started. We're about to start a conversation with one of our digital humans, by the way, right? So audio and video data will not be stored. Transcripts may be used to improve the conversations of the platform. Correct, guys?
Correct.
So now, definitely this is going to work realistic amazingly, okay? Saranya is going for a coffee right now, okay? And I am going to actually converse with the human. Okay,
Yep.
let's get started in 1 minute from now. So we are ready. So I'll click on start. Just hold on to your nerves. You're going to see something which is amazing, extraordinary, incredible. There she
Hello
is.
there. It's so good to meet you. Thanks for spinning me up. You have no idea how cramped it is in the cloud. You probably have lots of questions for me. I'm here to help you with some of those through a guided conversation, or we could just chat. You can select an experience when you're ready.
Okay, so now what we can do is we can click on a guided conversation or we can click on a free chat. There are two mediums here. Okay, so if I click on a guided conversation, let's see what happens.
Excellent. What are you most interested in?
So if I type in what is a digital human, so see, let's see what it
What
answers.
is a digital human? That's a great question. We are AI-powered, lifelike beings that can recreate the best parts of human interaction: conversation, communication, and emotional connection. But, we can be available anytime a real person can't. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And we never have a bad day.
Pretty amazing. So this is how the experience is. So I can go back and I can even do a free chat here. Okay, this feature may be temporarily unavailable, but if it is available, then you'll be able to click on free chat and do it. So then in free chat you can type whatever you want and it's going to answer. So if I click on end conversation, let's see what happens. So you have a setting button also here for subtitles. Okay, so you can turn on the subtitles. So now I'll click on end conversation. Okay, so once I do that, what I can do now is this is the dashboard, guys. Okay, so all I can do here is I can create a shareable link and introduce the persona to others, gather feedback, and test conversation content. Here I can connect the persona, which is a digital human, to a conversation platform. I can even launch the digital human to make it available to customers via web or etc. So now if I click on personas, now this is my persona called Era, right? So now I can click on edit. Okay, I can click on edit, and the edit screen, I'll be able to go to the different kind of conversation platforms. So I can choose whatever subtitle whatever say spoken voices for that matter. Then I can test the voice to here. And then I can save the voice. Okay. Then I can go to dashboard and I can connect this to a conversation platform to start my training. Okay. So if I want to do that, I can click on this. Okay. So I can connect it to a conversation engine that performs NLP, which is natural language processing. The NLP takes sentences that your customers speak and match them to a dialogue responses that you have created. So you have a developer documentation here, and you'll be able to do that. Then you can even share your persona to what you call as using the public link. You can share the persona. That's also pretty amazing with others. So this is the best part. Okay, then you can even launch your digital human to make it on the web or whatever, to available on the web or mobile or whatever. So if you have in developer mode, you'll be able to get a lot of kinds of keys here that you can look at that. Okay, developer keys. So that's about it. So it's very easy, right? So it's very easy to actually go ahead and create a persona, and then how you can launch it also is pretty amazing, pretty cool. And definitely you can use it as a HR. You can use it for onboarding purposes. So if say employee has recently joined your company, you'll be able to make sure that the particular employee is welcomed by a digital human. And also you can use it for training purposes. You can train your particular employee on different things that also matters the most. Or suppose for appraisals or whatever it is, you can use that also. This would be very useful in that case when it comes to the HR segment is concerned. The training segment for brand ambassador, if you want to represent your company, human resources company, this can act as a brand ambassador also to represent your brand. Okay, so this is just an outline of how this would actually work. Now similar to this is also quantum capture, which is also pretty cool. Now, quantum capture is also to bring AI to life. Okay, it's quantum, QUANTUM, capture, CAPTURE.com. This is also an amazing tool to bring AI to life. Okay, so this is pretty amazing. AI powered virtual humans that can definitely dominate the market and capture all the kinds of craziness from your customers. That also would really make sense after all. They're designed to enhance customer service, employee training. That is what I was talking about. Content marketing and entertainment applications. This can be really used. It will look like realistic people who are digital humans who will be talking and all this stuff. Pretty cool. So this is a sample of how that would work. Okay, similar to this. So both are really good. I'm a fan of both software, both portals and softwares and cloud applications. This is also very interesting. Quantum capture, the first of its kind in the world, which is really amazing to the core. Okay, cool. Then enroll in this course. You will see a lot of HR applications and all the stuff that you got to see. Enroll in this course, and I think this course would serve to be a game changer in the field of HR and artificial intelligence and automation is concerned. Okay, see you inside.